Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be telling you all about the books that I hope to read in May. I'm not really sure at all really what I want to read. I have no idea. None of them just are like gripping me. Read me, Jordan, read me. I just picked some random books and I was like, here, these sound good. Is that how you pick books? There are some new releases that come out this month that I really want to read, but I'm trying to not buy anything, so we'll see how that goes. I picked out 4 books. Anyway, get started, and I'm going to tell you what books I hope to maybe read in May. So the first book that I think I'm going to start next, because this is actually a crossover from my April TBR. I didn't get to it in April, so I'm hoping to get to it this month, and that is Shatter by Tahereh Mafi. I think I'm going to tell you the same thing I told you in the last TBR. I don't know what this book is about. I know that the main character's name is Juliet, and she's in, I believe, a mental institution of some kind, or like a psych ward, and her touch is lethal, which just sounds like Rogue from X-Men. I like people with powers. I've heard so many good things about this series. I actually don't think I've ever heard anything negative about the series, so I do want to read it, and it's not a very long book. Curious to know what this is, what like the premise, like the plot of this book is about. I mean, I want another one so I can just like have 2 really awesome eyeballs. I think this is the book I am most excited to get to this month. This one is a new release. It came out at the end of April, I believe, and it is the Booksplosion pick for the month of May, and I'm actually going to read the Booksplosion book this month. It is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, and this book sounds so good. It takes place in a mystical land that is based off of ancient Rome, and there's this slave and the soldier. Their world, I'm assuming, somehow collide and something happens that's going to be wonderful and epic, and I'm really excited. This cover just, I mean, it looks like Hercules or something. I believe it is a standalone, a fantasy standalone. I don't think I've ever read a fantasy standalone. That will be a fun adventure because I've never, you know, it's usually like 12 books for a fantasy series, probably more like a trilogy. If you want to put out 6 books for one series, I will read all 6 books. Like, I'm not going to complain if you give me 6 books. I've just never gotten to read one whole story in one book before. Plus, it's blurbed on the back by some of my favorite authors, like ever. Brandon Sanderson, Marie Lu, Margaret Stoll. I mean, this is promising. This is promising, and I want to read this so, so bad. It has maps. It has maps. A book with maps is always promising. I mean, like, yeah, hello. Promising story. Thank you for including the maps, Sabaa. Maps make everything better. Another book that I would like to get to this month, I've heard people on YouTube talk about it, and I've heard wonderful things about it. I've heard that it's super, super funny, and the movie comes out in June. Hence the reason why I bought it, to read it, and that is Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. It's about me, whoever the narrator is, Greg, his friend Earl, and this girl with cancer that his mom makes him befriend his senior year of high school. I heard it's really funny. It's written in a way that looks like an interest, like, I don't know, there's like lists and, what is this? This looks like a quiz of some kind. I mean, I've only heard good things about this from the people that have read it that I watch on YouTube. And the movie looks cute. It looks funny. It looks kind of like The Whole, The Fault in Our Stars, Paper Towns, John Green kind of vibe. I want to read it. But I really like this cover. Pops of bright blue, green, and red. Bam! 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 I half just coughed and choked on my own spit. So those are the 3 books that I know I'm going to get to in this month. But this next book, I'm not really sure if I'm in the mood to read this, but I really enjoyed Dorothy Must Die last month. So I do kind of want to continue with the series. Dorothy Must Die Stories by Danielle Paige. And this is a compilation of the 3 novellas that she put out that I believe are prequels to Dorothy Must Die. So I'm hoping that this gives me the background and the answers that Dorothy Must Die did not give me. You just literally got plopped in this world. Like, it's a world that you're familiar with and a world that you know, but everything's changed and they haven't told you how anything changed or why it changed or what happened to make it change. I'm hoping that this book gives me some more insight. I'm interested, I'm intrigued, but I'm not really sure if I want to read this. I don't know. Does that ever happen? Like, you want to read it, but you don't want to read it? You don't really know? I don't really know. I did pick out one book to read while I was traveling to and from Boston, but I've heard a lot about this book, and it was on my Nook, on the Nook for like $1, and so I was like, absolutely, I'm going to buy it. Snow Like Ashes by Sara Raasch. I don't even know what this is about. I just know that so many people had talked about this because it is a fairly recent release. I mean, it didn't come out, I mean, it came out a couple months ago, I think. I believe it's like 4 corners of this kingdom, and each kingdom lives in a perpetual season. I could be making this up. I don't really know. I don't really know how all the kingdoms interact and like what happens beyond that, but I think it has something to do with like seasonal kingdoms in one kingdom. I don't really know. I've heard good things about it, so why not, right? And the cover is really enticing. The cover makes me want to read it. It looks really cool. I mean, so good job on the cover work, whoever did that. Ooh, it has a map. Look at that. Primoria? Maps, like I said, are always promising. So the last book that I really want to read this month is actually a new release. It's not out yet. I believe it comes out at the end of the month. I would look up the day for you, but my iPad doesn't want to load. P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. It is the second book in the To All the Boys I Loved Before series, trilogy, duology, I don't really know. I read To All the Boys I Loved Before last month with Mandy from Oh It's Mandy here on YouTube, and I loved it. The ending was awful. Had I not known that was going to be a continuation, I would have been so angry with the ending of that book. We're both really excited to read this next one because, like I said, the ending was just like not an ending. This whole like contemporary series thing is kind of new for me because a lot of series that I've read have been fantasy, so I like that some contemporary books are series. I also really, really, really want to read A Court of Thorn and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I want to read it so bad. I was at Barnes & Noble. I had it in my hand. I was gonna buy it. And I was like, no, don't do it. You just bought 2 other books. And I think this one is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I want to say it is. Never seen Beauty and the Beast. Don't hate me. I've never seen it. I know. The Beast was so scary when I was a child. I was kind of a baby. Those are kind of the books that I am most looking forward to reading this month, that I'm most excited about, and probably what I'll be picking from as the month goes on. So if there are any new releases that come out this month that you're really excited about, that you want to get your grubby little hands on, let me know in the comments down below. What are you most excited to read this month? Whether it be a new book, whether it be a continuing series for you, just tell me. I really want to read Ember in the Ashes. Like, I am so freaking excited for that book. I can't contain myself. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will talk to you really soon. Bye! Because we just can't resist buying books because, I mean, obviously that's why we're here. None of my books are really intriguing me right now, and I have, you know, of course, why not just go buy new ones that you want to read instead of reading the ones that you have? That makes sense, right? No, not at all. Why do I make such attractive faces? I mean, how could you resist this face when I make things like this? My brother's talking to my cat. My cat hisses and growls and swats him in the face whenever he picks him up. It's really, really funny. I've never met Rufus before. This is the last one. This is Rufus. Look at how cute you are. Get him, Rufus. Get him. It is so freaking hot in this room right now. I have cat hair stuck to my lip gloss because that is like daily occurrence here in this house. I'm so hot. So hot. I downloaded the Kindle app to my iPad, and those daily deals, yeah, that was kind of dangerous. How can you turn down a book for like $1, right? Right? And read it, and I don't really research anything into the book. I'm just like, oh, you liked it? I like you? Well, I'll probably like the book. And that's how I pick things to read. I mean, if those are my lashes, dang girl. Dang. She got some lift and curl in those lashes there. Trapped in some form of, like, freedomless slavery. I mean, whoa! You didn't see that.